Okay, today we start with the configuration of SAP HCM. Let's start over to the back end as we all know. Personnel management, organizational management, basic settings, maintain number ranges, and set up number assigned for all planned versions. Okay. Over here, we have number range for semantic abbreviation of COM, and this will be used for this table. It doesn't matter if you don't understand the table structure right now, it's not that important. But thing is that what are planned versions will go into that a little bit in a while. Okay. Number range maintenance. Okay. Intervals. And we have this interval. Okay. External and internal. External is actually used when we have a set structure for HCM and we know the employee numbers, the department numbers, and it is all pretty much mature. But if we don't have any proper system, then internal number systems will be used. Okay, that being said, let's move along to the next step. And that is the next one is /O, that is new window OOPV. OOPV. We'll open up a new window. I'll just share that. Okay, over here we have plan version. Now, what are plan versions for every client and customer? We will have a plan version. For example, if there is a group of companies and every company has a different HCM structure, okay, and that HCM structure is followed differently and separately for each company because every company will have its own payroll system. It will have its own employee structure and records, and uh, calculations will be different for every company. Of course, it depends on the layers. How deep are the layers that are maintained? The organization structures will be different. The layout, the plan will be different. So every company will have their own version. But since this is a shared server, will have one current plan that is by default we have maintained over here. Otherwise, we see Coca-Cola version, Domino's, KFC, Lawrenceburg, and so on. So we'll have a current plan that we'll work on so that we don't have to actually change that every now and then. Okay. So next we see that. Okay, next we see that this is active, but it's not current. Current can be some other plan or it has not been yet activated. So we'll have to activate it. And for that, we will have to open up OOAP. Okay, /O is new window and OOAP is a transaction code. Let me just share the new window. Okay. Okay, we have value abbreviation 1 for active plan version, and we will have various. Okay, we have 01, that is the current plan. I hope this is visible. Okay. Okay, this is visible. This is 01, and this will be actually activating our plan version. Okay. So with OOPV, to make it active, we will need PSO 0. Current plan is our plan version. We have to make it current, so it is active. Okay, now it will be active. We'll have to go and check this one. Because this is active, it has to be current as well. So what we'll do /n OOPV. It doesn't matter if you don't actually understand it right now. It will take some time. Now it is current. How did we do it? We did it with PSO 0. So this is the current plan. We have other plans as well, but we'll not actually do that. Okay, so current plan will be our landscape that we will actually work on. Okay, next is PO 10. Okay, current plan is our active plan version, and that we can actually see over here. And from here, we'll actually start our configuration. So one plan per setup, one version per setup will be used because every company has one license. Okay, and that one license, of course, is usable by the company, and that's why only one version is actually used. Okay, so let's go and define our enterprise structure. It's quite easy, no rocket science. Enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, and here we will define our company. Okay, our company will be H53 and H53 and postcode 3595. The country AE, language English, AED will be the currency. Okay, save, new request. New request will be H53 ad hoc HCM config and this command. Okay. Now this is our company, and this will be the node that we'll be using to configure everything about HCM in this very node, and I'll show you where we actually store that. I'll show that later on as we move on with our. Okay. Next is H53 is our company. Okay. Next is company code. We will make our own company code. Now, what is a company code? Company code is basically a unit, a business unit that creates and prepares its own financial statements, H3C, H53C. Okay, H53C, ad hoc, Dhabi, AED, language, English, AE. Okay, okay, that being done. Next step is business area. I'll just go over this very fast because business area is like your business vertical. If company is into various business verticals or lines of businesses, that can be that can be segregated as business areas. Okay, and same goes for the functional area. Functional area can be a subset of business area. One business can be into different niche of business, other businesses which are related. For example, like rubber. Rubber can have different areas like tires or tubes or whatever. I mean, that is related to rubber. Okay. So next step is logistics. We have to configure all this because this is all related, right? This is all very much related. Okay. Valuation level is nothing but it's used for material valuation, and by default, it's the plant that is used for for valuation of the material. So we'll create a plant, define plant, new entries, H53P, H53P, adopt plant, H53P, adopt. Okay, save AE. Just because it is proceeding with a star, that means it is mandatory and we cannot skip it without filling it. It has to be initialized. Okay, that being done, location. Now, location will be location of the plant. It can be different. It can be various. Okay, H53P and location is AE. That is done. Okay, location is done. Plant is done. Next is Division will be division. Location and division. Okay. Location and division. Now, division again can be a business location, or it can be a division of the product. Okay. Or it can be another, it could be uh, business vertical within a business. I mean, for example, if he, as I spoke, as I mentioned, rubber, then of course there will be rubber products with that. Okay. That is basically division. So we're not actually going for that right now. We already have divisions. Okay. Next thing is sales org. Sales org, new entries, H53S, ad hoc, sales org, plant, H53B. Storage location, we haven't defined that. We don't need to define it right now at this moment. We'll define it later. AE. Okay. Once we're done with this distribution channel, now distribution channels can be your geographical areas or it can be business units as well. We won't define that, it's already defined. Maintain storage locations. Okay, plant is H53B. Okay, new entries. Store location can be numbered or it can be location. I'll just put one location and that is, or it can be any geographical location that you want to mention and define. Maintain purchasing organization or purchasing organization is responsible for procuring inventory, for procuring consumables, procuring anything that if that will be maintained under the category of inventory. Okay, so every division or business area which is separate can have its own purchasing organization as per the material type they would procure, but we will keep it centralized. H53, 53 PO, H53. Let's keep it H53. Ad hoc. Stock purchase organization. Save. Okay, that being done, now let's move on to The next step. Okay, and the next step is definition, human resource management, personal areas. Okay, personal areas. Will not copy it right now because we don't have yet, although we have, but of course, those are from another companies. We make our own personal area and entry, or we can do one thing just to have a template that's already in place. Personal area. We have a personal area in place, and that is target. Let's find out. Hmm, TG. Okay, TG. We have TG. Walmart. Let me just go into this further because I'll be using this as a template because this is quite a mature template that we have built ourselves. Double click personal area. Okay, Philadelphia. Okay, and the region is this. Okay, okay, we'll create our own, that is ad hoc, AUH, or we can say ad hoc. Okay, 595, 595, AE, region, company, county code, city code. We don't need that because this is physical. Personal area are actually physical. That's why they actually require. So ad hoc will assume it has one location only. Save AE. Okay. Now comes in personal sub area. Okay. Personal sub areas. So personal area is one location, that is physical location. Abu Dhabi, only one office will maintain it that way. Okay. The personal sub area. Personal is physical areas. Personal sub areas are basically can be divided into various segments like corporate office, manufacturing facility, and so on. Personal area is ad hoc. Personal area is ad hoc. New entries. Okay. This will be ADCO, that is ad hoc corporate office, corporate head office, and ad hoc MN, manufacturing. Okay. Now it is assigned with personnel area. Okay. Now, then comes in employee groups. Now, employee groups can be various, but broadly speaking, there will be a wide range of employees, but we'll keep it minimum to 2 to 3. Okay. Now, like this, active, TG, retired, and semi semi-retired or semi contractual, let's say. Okay, active, retired, and early retired employees, that can be done as well. So what we'll do, will create, if all the alphabets are not used up, what we'll do, active, early retiree, active TG, active best way. So we have okay, we have active, best way contractual TPL. So we can use MN and MNO, MNO, MNO. Okay, let's hope we can remember that. M active data, N O early retire ad hoc. So I am giving this code word so that we can know this is related to our personal area or to our company. Okay, I will keep it as token, a symbol. Okay. Okay. Now this is employee group. Now every employee, of course, whether it's active, retired, or early retired, okay, will either be on a salary or on a contract. So we'll need subgroups. We will need subgroups. Subgroup. Okay. And for that, MNO was our code. MNO. MNO. So we'll have a okay. We have JH and JS, okay, hourly and salary for target group. Okay, so we'll make our own, and that will be AH and AS. Or what we can do, GH, GH and JS, copy as AH, AS. Ad hoc, ad hoc. An entry already exists. Oh, this is not good. AH, AS, AH, AS. What we can do is ad hoc is ADOC, so we'll say CH, just OH, it already exists. Or we can say JS and JH. Let's say UH already exists. Everything is basically HA, OO, XA, XH. A0, A1, everything is actually AH is here, right? So, page down. What can we do? BH and BI for best way, okay? And if I drag it down, active X1, X9, X4, VX, VU, VS, VB, W. We have W as well, for W is in alphanumeric. So what we'll do, new entries, WH, hourly ad hoc, WS, sal ad hoc. Okay. So we'll wrap it up and just make a note of all this configuration, because as this configuration goes ahead, if you don't make a note of it, it will get pretty confusing later on. So what we have actually created is uh, personal area, that was physical area, that was ad hoc. Okay. And we'll keep a note of that in our notes. Okay. Personal area, ad hoc. Personnel sub areas. Let me just share this. Okay, personnel area, sub area. Doc. Okay, we have ATCO ADMN. Personnel sub areas is ATCO ADMN, and that is corporate HO and factory. Okay. Next is employee group. Employee group. Because these very little things actually get very confusing if you miss it out, because if you go ahead, if you go a little further, these configurations are very essential to be noted down as I'm noting in my notes, because if you miss one, it's very, very difficult to track what configuration is missing, especially in HCM. That's why it makes HCM very much of scope as a career in SAP. Come on. Okay. Next part is these configuration interlink intercooperation. Yes, it is applied. And these are very important to be noted down. But anyways, I'll make a note of it. I'm stopping it because less than 1 minute is remaining. Thank you very much. I'll upload those.